what the pitching setup is yet?
I have not, but as far as I know, our focus is on Friday against High Point. But as the week goes on, I'm sure I'll find out. But as of now, just focus on Friday.
I am told by your coach that you're a disciplined guy, very focused, and Blake was just saying how much mature you are. So handling whenever that time comes, what do you think it's going to be like? Do you think your whole mindset maybe helps you in these kinds of situations?
Yeah, for sure it will. But I'm not going to change anything this week. Throughout the whole season, I've been just sticking with the same routine and just treat it like any other game. Whatever day I pitch is the day I'm just going to focus on. So just go by day, and when the time comes, I'm just going to go stick with the same routine and keep doing what I'm doing.
How cool is this experience? First time for you sitting in the room with the guys, seeing the grid and the brackets and all of that. What was that like?
It was a little bit nerve-wracking at first, but I mean, it was exciting. It was very exciting. Yeah, it's fun being there with the guys and seeing who you draw and seeing the other teams. Fun experience for sure.
Are you familiar with Coach Backage and of course Coach Leggett's background with Coach Corbin at Vanderbilt? You obviously could face him this weekend. You probably heard some stories. So did you immediately make that connection when you saw that they were coming?
Yeah, I remember hearing stuff about that, but it's just another game, whether if I pitched against them or not. But yeah, there is some history there, but I'm not really too worried about it. We're just worried about the first game. So if we ever get to them, that'll be the focus that day. But right now, we're just focused on one day at a time.
Well, you've been really good. There have been some pitching issues with the staff. What are some of the things that maybe you would point to that, is it something that's easily correctable with the other guys? Or what are some of the conversations Coach C maybe has had with the staff down the stretch here?
Did you say Coach C?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Coach Bellinger. I was in a different mindset. Coach Bellinger. Some of the conversations he's had with the guys on the staff down the stretch.
Yeah, he's preached some stuff in the beginning of the season, and he's just having us refocus on a couple things, touch up on a couple things as a staff. But I think we'll be just fine going to this tournament. I mean, not too much to touch up on. But I mean, I think we're going into this thing pretty well. So we're just going to keep going, taking everything he says and just take that all in and head into this weekend with a high mindset.
Aidan, when you committed to Clemson, did you ever dream that you'd be first team All ACC as a freshman?
I've always wanted that as a goal, always had that as a goal in mind. But, just I don't really think too far ahead about things like that. Obviously, I had it as a goal, but, very lucky, very thankful for an opportunity to be first team ACC. But, as a team, being on this team, that's not really one of the goals we're focused on right now. Obviously, we want to win a national championship. So, it's a great accolade to have, but I think there's bigger things for us to have in the future.
If the opportunity arises, knowing the program that Vandy is and where they've been in College World Series and stuff like that, how big would that be if you got that opportunity to pitch against them, knowing their program and how good they've been?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great program, got a lot of great players, great history. Definitely be an exciting game to pitch against such a great program and have that opportunity. For
also,
sure.
The SEC's been dominant for so long in college baseball, but the ACC's been right with them this season. Maybe just as good. How much do you think that preparation has helped you guys for the tournament overall?
I mean, there's a lot of good teams everywhere, so you can't really say one conference is better than the other. Every team we face is good. So just focusing on that one game, whoever we play, doesn't matter. Everyone's good in this conference, in every conference.
I've been told that your changeup became elite in high school because it needed to become elite. When did the fastball kind of catch up? When did you realize, I've got a fastball that can compete on this level? Was that once you got here or in your senior year?
I mean, the life of my fastball has been pretty much the same. It's just, as you get older, you mature, your fastball you get a little bit more velo, takes up every year, you grow into your body a little bit. So, say probably junior year, high school.
What are you most looking forward to about this weekend?
definitely looking forward to all of our great fans coming out to the game, come out to the regional. It's going to be very exciting, a lot of fun.
It's got to be a different emotion for you, though. Let's say you don't pitch in game one, which I think is a reality, whereas, Blake gets to run out to third right when the tournament begins, and, Mathis gets to go to right and all that kind of stuff. But do you anticipate it's going to maybe be even a little bit more anxious than a typical weekend series that you have to wait on, but because of the level that you're playing at now?
Yeah, I never pitched in an environment like that before, but definitely going to be out there, cheering them on. Good to see how the environment is on the first day on Friday before I pitch, but I just got to keep focusing on what I got to do every day. I pitch in big games like against South Carolina, so I think it'll be very similar. And if I just stick with my same mental routine, I'll be just fine.
What are some of the things you tell yourself in that mental routine? What are some of the things you go over with yourself to remain poised and perform?
Some of it has to do with, our pitching coach, Coach Belly, just going up there, attack these guys. Who cares who's on the other side of the dugout, who's in the box. We're just going up there with going with our plan, doing what we know, what we can do best, and just filling up that strike zone.
Aidan, over the last month, you've been able to take a couple of weeks off. You've had some lower pitch counts. Do you feel like that rest has been beneficial? How do you feel heading into what will be the final weeks of the season?
Yeah, it was good to take some rest. Let the arm regroup a little bit, and I'm ready to go right now. Everything feels great.
You kind of went where I was about to go. When you had that break towards the end of the season about a month ago, then you pitched against Wake. That was the only game that you weren't dominant in the last 5 starts. Is there something? Did it feel like a difference, going out on the mound, after all that time away?
There were some things that felt a little off, but I was able to, look over some film, just kind of touch things up a little bit. It wasn't that big of a deal. Obviously, when you take time off, it's gonna be hard to get back into that flow. But as long as you know what gets you back into that flow, you'll be fine. So I think I did a very good job with that, with my routines and everything like that.
Is that the first time you've been slowed down in your career, either at high school or travel ball, that they'd actually backed off for load management purposes, for lack of a better term?
It's a long season. I haven't pitched obviously this much, this many games. In high school you'd only play about 10 starts. So just having this many starts, the coaching staff felt it was a good idea to, just take a week to reset so that I'll be ready to come out and keep going at it strong for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. So probably the first time in your career you've experienced that kind of thing.
I've faced some minor things like that, but it's a little bit different when you're playing a lot more games.
Yeah.
But there's always time for rest, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most of you guys are wearing your olive drab shirts here on Memorial Day. What does the Clemson military tradition here mean to you?
It means a lot. This school has a lot of history with the military, and I think Coach Bakich does a very good job of letting us know where this school came from and how much appreciative we are of our military background.
All right. Thanks, Aidan.
Thank you, Ed.